Let's get started with this afternoon's presentation. Again, we are going to be talking about the importance of August 1st in the baseball recruiting process. So, really excited to be here with you guys and talk about what this date means, what you should be doing to prepare for it. It is tomorrow, but really as well, what to be doing afterwards. Just a few logistical things. This webinar is being recorded, so don't feel like you need to memorize everything that I'm going to be saying today. You will receive a recording of the webinar. Any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to write them in the Q&A or chat section. It is just me today, so I did carve out some time at the end of today's presentation to answer any questions that you may have. Awesome. So before we get started, always like to introduce myself so you guys know who you'll be working with this afternoon. My name's Emily. I'm the director of customer success over here at SportsRecruits. So I work with our customer success team. Whenever you have a question, need help with the profile, I work with that team who helps you get you the answers you need. I also work with our recruiting guidance team, which is a team of individuals who work with families one-on-one during their recruiting process and give them advice on what they should be doing, ranging from messages they should be sending, how to put together effective video, really anything that they may need in their recruiting process. A little bit about myself and my recruiting process. I was strictly looking Division III, and I ended up playing basketball at Franklin and Marshall College, a small D3 liberal arts school. During my time there, I worked in the athletic department. I worked with various different teams, and I was also the assistant to the associate athletic director. So again, really excited to talk about this date. It's a really scary time, exciting time, and we just want to make sure that you are fully prepared on what to be doing before and after. So again, just a quick agenda of what we're going to be talking about. What is the importance of August 1st? What does that mean, especially if you're a 2027 baseball athlete? What to expect, steps to take after August 1st, and how sports recruits can really help you for this date and beyond this date. So, what does August 1st mean? So, this date is when NCAA Division I college coaches can start having recruiting like conversations with baseball prospective student athletes. So, that is if you are a 2027 baseball student athlete, after this date, college coaches in Division I will be able to have recruiting like conversations. Now, if you've been interested in Division I, this isn't the date that you should be reaching out. The work should have been done before, because when this date comes, it's when you're going to see all of that hard work pay off, right? So for Division III and Division II, you've been able to have recruiting like conversations. This is strictly for Division I. Now, we have a little chart here that really breaks down each sport. Really, what I want to be talking about is baseball. So that's Division I. They're going to be able to have that direct conversations. Now, you may be sitting here thinking, or Emily, I've received emails from Division I schools. Yes, but those were most likely mass emails of, hey, thanks for reaching out to us. We can't communicate with you until August 1st, or hey, come to a camp. When August 1st comes, they can have recruiting like conversations. Maybe they want to see more video. That's when they're going to send more personalized emails. Now, official visits and unofficial visits can't happen until September 1st. However, after August 1st, college coaches may want to set up when they want you to come for an official or unofficial visit. That just can't occur until September 1st. As you see, for Division II and Division III, there are little to no rules surrounding communication. You could have been talking to these coaches already. So just want to leave this here for a quick second if anyone wants to take a quick screenshot. But again, for baseball, August 1st, Division I college coaches can start having direct recruiting like conversations, and it's not until September 1st that they're able to have those official and unofficial visits. What to expect. So, Division I college coaches are able to contact you via email, phone call, and text messages. And they're now able to talk to you about your recruiting process, right? Coaches may ask, what other schools are you looking at? Maybe they want to bring you on to their campus for an official or unofficial visit. Maybe they want to invite you to a camp, clinic. Maybe they want to know where you're going to be this fall so they can evaluate you more. Now, depending on the conference, they may offer you a spot in their 2027 recruiting class. However, most likely they're going to want to talk to you, bring you onto campus, learn more about you, and really establish a deeper relationship before offering you a spot. Now, this could happen, but the most likely scenario is that they're going to want to talk to you more, learn more about you before offering you that spot. So if you don't, if you're not offered a spot on August 1st, that is not uncommon. That is most likely what will happen. They'll want to learn more about you before offering you a spot. So, August 1st, it's going to happen tomorrow. What are the steps that you should be taking moving forward? So, here's some questions that you should be asking yourself after August 1st. Did you get a phone call or a personalized message? Did a college coach reach out to your club coach, high school coach, or any of your athletic advocates? And also, have you talked to your advocates about your target list? That third one is really important, right? We always get a question, especially with our recruiting analysts, am I a Division 1 player? Am I a Division 2 or Division 3? And we really tell our student athletes, your athletic advocates know you best as an athlete. You should be talking to them about your target list to really figure out what's a reach, what's a fit, and what's a safety athletically, and what type of player you are division-wise. You should definitely be doing this after August 1st as well. Let's say, maybe you didn't get a phone call or a personalized email. That's totally fine. Maybe that's time to look at your target list and look at that with your athletic advocate to figure out, are you on the right track? Do these schools make sense in terms of the ones you are targeting? Now, after that August 1st date, let's say you're sitting here and you're like, okay, I didn't get a personalized message. I've reached out to a lot of Division 1 schools over the past few months. They know who I am, but I haven't heard from them. That's totally fine. Do not panic. This is just the beginning of direct communication. However, you could send them what we call a feet to fire message. So this message is you reaching out to a coach, hey, my name's Emily. I'm really interested in your program. I'd love to set up a call to learn more about it and see where you are in your 2027 recruiting process. And if you're still looking for a pitcher, right? You want to say your position. It's direct, it's short, it's to the point. If you check out our Sports Recruits Resource Center, there is a link to email templates, and I believe it's under scheduling a phone call where you're able to see this feet to fire message. So you should definitely be using this on schools that you've reached out to prior. This shouldn't be the first message that you're sending Division 1 coaches. You should only be sending this to coaches you have reached out to prior. They know who you are. They've seen your video. Maybe they've even seen you in a tournament or showcase. And now you're asking where they are in their process. Besides that, you should continue communication as status quo, right? You should be reaching out to college coaches around any events, any updated highlight reels, pinned playlists, skills videos, any academic updates. And again, set up calls with these college coaches to learn more about their program and to see where you stand in their 2027 recruiting class. Another one too, don't be afraid to take another look at your list. It's really important that you're casting a wide net and having a good amount of reach, fit, and safety schools, both athletically and academically. And again, if you don't get a call, you don't get an email on August 1st, do not panic. It's really important that you're continuing to work through your recruiting process. You're continuing to reach out to these coaches. You're continuing to express interest and letting them know, like, hey, I'm interested in your program. Where in your process? Like, are you still looking for my position? So it's really important not to stress and just continue with communication, going to events, and continuing to update your Sports Recruits profile and have all that information in one place for college coaches to see. Now, as I said before, it's really important to continue the recruiting process. This is the start of direct communication. This isn't just sitting back and letting the coaches come to you. So first, have your profile built out as much as possible. This picture on the side, so a lot of our users may not know, we have a college coach side of the platform as well, where they're able to search for student athletes based on certain criteria. So you can see that here, right? Do they have video? Have they favorited my program? Are they uncommitted? Do they have this GPA? So it's really important that you're filling out your profile as much as possible with academic info, athletic info, video. Cannot stress enough how important that is. Student athletes who have video also filter higher on college coaches' discovery feed. So definitely have video. Even if it's a few plays, some is better than none. Also, too, make sure before August 1st, even if you have time after this afternoon's webinar, log into your profile, make sure it's all up to date with your information. So, types of video. So important. College coaches can't be everywhere. Video is really important for them to be able to evaluate you from the comfort of their own home, their own office. So we have 4 types of video that we know college coaches love to see and what they use to evaluate prospective student athletes. So first is a pinned playlist. This is a new feature on Sports Recruits that was really built from college coaches' feedback. They want to be able to evaluate athletes quickly and by specific skill. So this is where you're putting your top moments and you're able to filter each clip by skills that were requested from college coaches. What's great about this feature is one, it's at the top, college coaches are able to see it right away, but you get notified specifically on what clips college coaches are watching. So you'll know exactly how many clips did they watch, how much time did they take to really evaluate my video. So really important. If you haven't taken advantage of this feature, you definitely should. It doesn't need to be, a million clips. It can be 10 to 15. Skills video. So this is the type of video where it's showing your training. So this should be done in a practice setting, right? It's showing your technique. It's the same skill demonstrated multiple times. You want to take it from different angles. This should be anywhere from 3 to 3.5 minutes long. And again, should be done in a practice setting. This is not live footage. Highlight reels is live footage. So this is your best plays. Put into one video, again, 3 to 3.5 minutes long. Really important that you're only putting your best plays. So your 4 or 5-star clips and that you're showing a variety of different skills, not the same skill over and over again. And then live footage. So sometimes college coaches want to see, how you are with unedited footage. So this could be, a few innings, 1 inning. Definitely you couldn't have one of these on your profile. You don't need to go crazy and it doesn't need to be too long. An inning or 2 of unedited footage is great for college coaches. So target list, it's really important that you're continuing to evaluate this as you go through your recruiting process. Now, when you first start off, you should have 20 to 30 schools. And then this list is going to continue to change. This is a very fluid process. Your likes and dislikes will continue to evolve as you get older and you're going through the recruiting process. But it is really important when you're thinking about this list that you're not just thinking about the athletic fit, but all of these categories we have here. So it's the academic fit, the athletic fit, the geographical fit, the social fit, and then finally the financial fit. So when you're thinking of a school academically, is there a certain major that you're interested in studying? Do you want to be somewhere where you can, have a small intimate class, of 10 to 15 other students, or are you okay, attending a school where you may have classes with 400 other students? Now, you may be sitting here and thinking, Emily, I'm young. I have no idea what I want to study, and that is totally fine. I've been in your shoes. Just take a look at some of the majors that they do offer. Are there certain classes you could be interested in? Start with classes and then get a little bit bigger with that. So, athletically, is there a certain division you want to play at? Taking it a step further, like, do you want to play for a program where you're going to start freshman year and, be a really big time player? Or do you maybe want to go to a program, that's really good and you may not be able to start till junior year? Geographically, thinking about distance from home. Are you okay jumping on a plane ride, going across the country? Do you want to be closer to home so you have friends, family, being able to come see your games? Socially, thinking about size of the school. Do you want to study abroad? Do you want to be involved in Greek life? Do you want to be involved in clubs? And then finally, financially, a lot of families think about the financial component when they really start to narrow down that list, but that is definitely a discussion you should be having. Are scholarships an option? Is there aid that we can apply to? Are we going to have to take out loans? So that's definitely something you should be considering once you start to narrow down that list a little more. And again, after August 1st, you start having that communication with these D1 coaches. That's a perfect time to reevaluate this list. So with the SportsRecruits profile, this comes with free or pro account. You're able to search for schools based on criteria that's important to you. Location, academics, major, athletics. You can get super specific. So this tool is contingent on your gender and your sport. So only schools that have a baseball program will appear. If they don't have a baseball program, they will not even appear in this search function. So definitely encourage you to take advantage of this. This is a really fun feature because you may find schools that you never heard of that could be a really good fit for you. A new feature too that we've recently launched is college preferences. So you're able to put together a list of things that are important to you in a program. So are there certain academics in terms of what's your intended major, and then what division or athletic associations are you interested in? So this can be found on the My Profile section. Um, and it's really cool because then college coaches are able to take these preferences and put them into their filters. So, as I was saying earlier, there is a college coach side of the platform. So they can see, okay, I'm looking for an athlete who's interested in engineering and accounting as well. So college coaches are able to have more targeted searches. And the more you have filled out in your preferences, you're going to have better engagement with programs that have what you're looking for. So definitely take advantage of this. This is brand new, and we're going to continue to build off this in terms of other preferences as well. So, messaging college coaches, again, this is something you should continue to do throughout your entire recruiting process. So, if you haven't already, it's really important you're sending that introduction. There's a image right here of what that looks like. Other reasons to be reaching out to college coaches, anything around events. It does not make sense to attend an event if college coaches are not going to know that you're going to be there. They're not walking from field to field trying to find the best athlete. They're going with a predetermined list of student athletes who have reached out, shared interests, and let them know that they're going to be there. So anything around events, before sharing your schedule, after, if you worked with a specific coach, thanking them for their time. If you spoke to them there or you saw them on the sidelines, sending them a thank you note. Anything around videos, new or updated videos, getting them, letting them know that's on your profile, asking for feedback. Anything around academic updates, new transcript, test scores, or maybe again, asking to get on that phone call, seeing where they are in their recruiting process. One also reference, and I'll pull this link once we get to the Q&A section, but definitely check out our SportsRecruits Resource Center because it has a ton of great email templates, similar to the ones that you're seeing here, where you're able to really personalize and add your own twist to those. But it has all of these different reasons to reach out. We have templates for all of them, so it makes it a lot easier to get that conversation going. Now, with the SportsRecruits messaging system, This comes with a pro account on SportsRecruits. It makes it really easy to reach out to college coaches, saves you a ton of time because we have all of the contact information stored in our database. So, similar to the school search, it is based on your gender and your sport. You don't need to worry about maybe emailing the softball coaches. All you need to do is type in the name of the school, a drop down appears, and you can click on those college coaches' names and start typing your message. Some helpful tips that I like to share with families when you are reaching out to a school, reach out to everyone on the coaching staff, head coach, assistant coach, just because you never know who's in charge of the recruiting process. It could be the head coach or could be the assistant coach. So why not get on as many screens as possible? Every email that you send, there's going to be a link embedded at the bottom. When a college coach clicks this, they get taken directly to your SportsRecruits profile, and you will get notified all in real time what program's doing your video, coming to your profile, or opening up your transcript. That was a ton of information. Again, everyone will be sent a recording of today's webinar. I do just want to grab that resource center quickly for you guys to throw that in the chat. Definitely, if anyone has any questions, whether it's about August 1st, whether it's about the recruiting process as a whole, definitely throw them into the chat now. And I'm just going to grab this link quickly. Okay. So that link that I put in here is our resource center. It has a ton of free educational material. And then if you scroll down a bit, there's a communicating with college coach section where you're able to see a bunch of different email templates. It's really important that you're personalizing those. Okay, we have spaces for you to put your own personalization. College coaches know when you're copying and pasting and using the same template. So take the time to personalize it. You don't need to go crazy. College coaches don't want a super long email, but definitely add that personalization. Another question I do get a lot is subject lines, which is also talked about in the resource center, but really important you have the following. So your name, your grad year, your position, and the reason that you're reaching out. So for instance, Emily Wetz, 2027, pitcher, setting up a phone call, right? That's how you should be formatting your subject lines. Okay, have some questions coming in now. What age group is August 1st an important day for? So it's 2027's the graduation year. So after your sophomore year, entering your junior year. That's the August 1st date. That is who it's affecting. 2027 grads. What does it exactly mean offer you a spot in the recruiting class? What you mentioned earlier. I take this isn't exactly an offer / acceptance to that school, or isn't. It is not. It is a verbal offer, right? So it is not official until signing day, which happens senior year, usually at the November time, when you do sign an official document that is committing you to that school. There's a lot of things that are going to happen once you get that offer. So some things that you can ask this coach are, can I get a financial pre-read? This helps determine, maybe scholarships didn't come up organically. So asking for a financial pre-read, they're able to come back and tell you like what they're able to give you, what you're expected to pay as a family. Maybe there's some merit aid that the school can offer. So definitely ask for a financial pre-read. And they'll also have to do an academic pre-read to make sure that you can be accepted into the school as well, which for all the athletes on this call, you could be the best baseball player ever, but it's really important you have good academics as well. Just because a program wants you, you still need to go through the admissions process. But what they'll do when they do give you an offer is do an academic pre-read. So all of your information is sent to the admissions and they tell that coach yay or nay in terms of whether you would get accepted. So yeah, very long-winded answer to that question, but there are a lot of steps to be taken after you are offered a spot. That is usually a verbal commitment you will have until senior year when you sign that official document. Great. Last question here. What is the difference between a pinned playlist versus a highlight reel? Yeah, so a pinned playlist is your top plays of all time and is a type of video that will continue to evolve. So you can take clips on, you can take clips off and put clips on, where highlight reels are from a specific event, right? So maybe you had a tournament this past weekend, you can put all those clips together, you know, Wildcats tournament 2025, or you have your high school season or club season. That's what the highlight reels for. It's for specific events, where pinned playlist is your best clips throughout the years. All right. Any other questions here? Again, everybody is going to be emailed a recording of this webinar tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, I think that's all of the questions that we have here. I wish everybody the best of luck with tomorrow being August 1st. Do not panic if you don't get that direct communication right away. Continue to navigate through the recruiting process, reaching out to college coaches, make sure your profile is fully updated, and continue to update that video for college coaches to see. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining me. And again, you'll be emailed this recording, and definitely check out that resource center that I put in the chat. Best of luck, everybody.